Crouton Ramon's House of Math. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Anyway, 125. Somebody just said, "Can I come to math camp the second half because my kids are pretty conversant with the blocks already, and could I come to the second half of math camp?" Why not? Of course, sure. And it's the same deal. Could you close the door and turn on the light? It's terrible in here. Anyway, so see, much better. Look at that. So you guys can come to math camp for 125. Sure, come for the second week, and you get all the content that's over there in the super duper super secret math group. And the $50. The $50 is going to be later on when I get. I'm going to produce 10 lessons, the 10 lessons that I did for these kids, and then they're going to be drying in the can. It's not going to be interactive. But you get all the content that's over there, like about dollar cost averaging, and I've got some more great, I'm going to make a couple more great videos because I found a couple more stocks where I can show you that even if you're a complete Pollyanna loser bonehead and you don't know how to trade, you can still make money in the market using dollar cost averaging and some other techniques. But as soon as I say that, past performance is no guarantee of future results because things could be changing soon. But anyway, $50 will get you into that. There's all kind of content there. Rule of 72. I go over some other fun stuff. Videos about trigonometry and anyway, just stuff that's in the math camp. And then that'll be for people that don't have passwords and don't have never done anything with Mortensen Math or anything like that. Or with Crouton Ramon's House of Math, it'll be $50. If you already have a lifetime password or if you already have an annual password of any kind, it'll just be $13.50 to get in there. And you're in. Like it's not a subscription. It's like $13.50 and you're in. This one is going to be, like I said, same thing for people that don't have passwords or anything like that. But anyway, if you want to come to math camp, and for the second half, and you've got slightly older students, you can start. That group starts at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. So probably this is the group you would want to come to, unless you have PST. Unless you have younger kids that are also perhaps maybe you have some younger kids that are somewhat conversant with the blocks and have played and so forth, and you'd like them to come to the second half of math camp. Then that's 10 o'clock. Pacific Standard Time also. And just add an hour all the way to the East Coast. So if you want to come to math camp for the week, you may come for 125. Go over to I'll put the link to the super duper super secret math group over here or down there someplace. Click it. Pay me the $125. And if you want to pay the $50, you can. But you just can't come to math camp for the week, and it's not ready yet. So give me a break. We'll get to this quick. We'll get to this soon. And for you guys that haven't come to math camp and so forth, I got to produce the videos and I got to change over some stuff. And anyway, but it's coming. But if you want to come to the second half of math camp, 125, sure, absolutely. Absolutely, you can come. Especially because I know some of you, your kids, they're already pretty good and they've done some algebra and stuff like that, and this will just reinforce it. And yeah, and it's as many people behind a terminal as you want. If it's just your kid, fine. If you want to invite some neighbors over and every one of you pays, for the 10 lessons for $50 is $10 a lesson, or maybe you just want to charge them $5 a lesson, I don't know. And you know what I mean? It's totally worth it to the host. Or it should be worth it to the people to pay the host who's providing the computer and the blocks and the information and so forth, and probably snacks. So anyway, you should charge people that come behind your terminal, and you could even use this as a source of income. Like, what if you got 5 or 6 people and you charge them $50? Like I said, these lessons are priceless. Like, people are starting to figure out in the math camp. If you read some of the comments and so forth, they are shocked and amazed that their little kids really are doing algebra. And the best part about it is they're having fun. They think they're playing. They're having a good time. The parents are blown away because the kids are learning math and having fun at the same time, the way it's supposed to be. And I show you how to do it. As simple as that. And perhaps maybe you don't have kids that want to come. Maybe you just want to come so that you can see what I do, and then you can do it with your kids. Because all of these parents had been reluctant to introduce algebra to their children because, they're only 5, 6-year-old kids, right? They're only 7, 8-year-old kids. You've been taught that you shouldn't introduce algebra until they're teenagers. Well, I'm here to tell you that thinking is exactly the wrong thinking, and the same kind of thinking we had surrounding language and math is just a language, but we now know that the younger you teach language, the easier it is. And I'm going to tell you that do not misinterpret what I'm saying. This method works. I don't care if they're teenagers. I've done it with college kids, full adults that are trying to get other degrees. You know, they need a bachelor's degree in business administration or something, so they needed some calculus to get the degree. I mean, adults. And I still use manipulatives, by the way. But the idea is that your little kids, it's much easier than when they are teenagers. It's so much easier to instruct them and to give them the facts and for them to retain the facts when they are 7 and under as opposed to when they're 12 plus. And if you want to understand the reasoning behind that really clearly, go find my Crouton Ramon search House for a Duck. And there's on my blog, House for a Duck. Read that and you'll understand why it is that the younger kids are easier to instruct. And we can teach them algebra. Math is intrinsic to the human. So yes, absolutely. If you want to come for this last week, it starts tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I will put the link here to the Super Duper Math group. I can, you sent PayPal me $125, ask to join the group, you're in. And then the link to the, I have a permalink now to the Hangout, is posted over there at the Super Duper Secret Math Camp. So that's the same link. I set it so that it doesn't expire until December 31st. So that link is good. And then we just meet there. And then see, the other thing that can happen, I would hope that some of you guys might do this, is arrange to have your kids play together. Right? You've got a permalink now. You guys can get together once in a while and play What's Under the Cup together. Or maybe you could play, you race and do algebra together. You guys could set up a little group of your own and play together so that your kid doesn't just play by himself. He can play with other kids on the internet. They play video games and destructive things, putting violence and stuff in their mind as a group all the time. Why not have them play math together at the Super Duper Secret Math Camp? I don't have to be there. You guys can just arrange it and play. Now, on Monday morning at 10 o'clock, we are going to start week 2. If you look at some of the videos, and you can go to my blog, and you can see some of the kind of math that we're doing. These little kids are doing it, and like I said, the best part is they're enjoying themselves. They're having fun, and they're learning math. It's not just learning math. So if you want to come to week 2, or if you have friends that, like I said, have blocks and maybe have their kids are somewhat conversant, it wouldn't be fair to your kids to have them come. Like a couple of people that have asked me, I know that their kids have had some experience with the blocks. If your kids are absolutely cold and have never put their hands on a block before and they don't know that this is x, on this side it's 100 and on this side it's x squared, probably not going to be the most beneficial for them. But if they have a little bit of experience and you've played with them a little bit, or say you're an adult and you want to come and see what I do and how I do it, $125, you can come for the week. Okay, Crouton Ramon's House of Math, out. Happy Sunday, everybody.